there are so many resources and organizations and so many things available to families and children who experience medical or behavioral or social issues. When is the best time to give them those resources, and how should we do it? Families who are facing medical or anxiety or uncomfortable situations have so many resources at their disposal, and healthcare staff especially knows how to give those resources and what would be appropriate for the family. But what is the right time to do it? And we're going to answer that question today. First, I would take a look at the system and the resources that the family already has in place. So starting by asking a simple question of, have you ever known anybody who's gone through something like this before? Do you have an aunt or an cousin or an uncle or a neighbor who has walked this path before? And then if they have, that's great. They can already start to lean on a relationship that is existing without having to do something new. Now, that's not always going to be the case, right? This is going to be the first time, and they may feel incredibly isolated by being the only person they know who's going through this. And that's such a common feeling to have of being isolated. So the next step we want to look to is a little bit bigger. So who in their network, maybe a community that they're a part of, whether it's a church or a club or a sports group or even online communities. An example I'll give you is I'm a mom in Southwest Austin, and I am a part of a Facebook community for moms in Southwest Austin, and we share information about pediatricians and the best place to go get this kind of food or whatever it is. But that's an existing built-in community that is local to me and is something that I could tap in and reach out to without having to do something new. Another idea is to give parents podcasts, and the reason for that is it's such a passive way for parents to be able to feel like they're a part of community or connecting with someone without having to give a lot. If you're a parent experiencing a child who has medical or behavioral needs, you're exhausted at the end of the day. I mean, parents in general are exhausted, but the last thing you want to do or have the energy to go meet someone new. So podcasts are a great way to listen to stories. And we've found that regardless of diagnosis or experience, just listening to other humans talk vulnerably and courageously about their own situations helps other families cope. From there, I would look into giving those brochures and normal handouts that you do, but look for a digital option as well. Is this something that you can airdrop to their phone? Is this something that you can encourage them to pick up their phone and save a bookmark, right? Because when you're in the hospital, you get so many papers and there's so many things coming in and out. Another sheet of paper isn't always the best thing, but we could supplement that with encouraging them to look it up on the internet. And giving them kind of guided access to the internet so they're not just Googling whatever, but you can give some specific things about a great organization or resource that you know about. And last but not least, if a family is dealing with a lot of acute stress, it may not be the best time to give information or to talk about resources. So finding somebody within their special circle that's not in the nuclear family, so a little bit outside the family system that lives in the house, but who is somebody else that knows them incredibly well, has their best interests that you could give the resources to, and then they can provide it to the family at a later time when they're more ready to process this kind of information. I hope this was helpful. If you want more tips or listen to more stories, you can go to childlifepodcast.com. Our new app is coming out in a month, and so you will have access to so many free resources for families and children facing healthcare and medical needs. Thanks so much. See you next time.